Do conservatives raise happier children? I'm a conservative parent, and you may think I'm simply tooting my own horn, but I didn't raise this issue. Recently, a study by Columbia University concluded that conservative teenagers are happier than liberal teenagers. The study was published in the journal Social Science and Mental Health. A conservative teenager was defined as one who supported individual liberty and right-wing social and religious values, and unregulated free markets. A liberal teen emphasized equal opportunity and social justice. The research concluded that, quote, conservatives reported lower average depressive effect, self-derogation, and loneliness scores, and higher self-esteem scores than all other groups, end quote. Researchers found that the more educated families were, the more likely their child was to be depressed. Get a college degree so you can learn how to depress your children. One of the Columbia researchers said that conservatives don't just report higher levels of happiness, they also report having higher levels of meaning in their lives. This is similar to a report a year or so ago, wondering why liberal teenage girls are the most depressed group in our society. I produced a video on that debate, which I link below. As you would expect, there has been a wide debate trying to explain this phenomenon, but I was surprised that I read no objections to the findings of the study. David Brooks is an opinion columnist for the New York Times, and he argued that, quote, many on the left suffer from what you might call maladaptive sadness, with its three main features being a catastrophizing mentality, extreme sensitivity to harm, and a culture of denunciation. The left believes the American dream is a sham. Climate change is unstoppable. Systemic racism is eternal. This makes catastrophic pronouncements a way to display that you are woke to the brutalities of American life. End quote. Brooks is probably right in his analysis of left-wing parents. It seems like a good way to depress everyone around you, including your children. A college professor writing for the Free Press said liberal professors should change schools and go someplace where they can teach Republican children. According to Ben Kowaler, quote, you know what's nice about Republicans? They raise happy, obedient kids. And as I watch what's become of our university campuses, where student outrage can curtail curricula, debase administrators, and upend careers, why not trade the anxious, rebellious spawn of Democrats for the sunny children of Republicans? He adds that their respect for authority alone is intoxicating. Again, I quote from Ben. I recently spent a few days in rural Arkansas, where I met a whole bunch of Republicans, and all their kids called me sir. I didn't even have authority over these children, but by the time I left, I felt like an army general. A recent Gallup survey said much the same thing as the Columbia study. It said that children of conservative parents had much better mental health outcomes. Why are kids of conservative parents happier? Well, these studies make some suggestions. Conservatives are more likely to have an authoritative parenting style. Liberals are more permissive. Children need authority. They need boundaries. Conservatives provide stronger discipline. This, combined with affection, results in better mental health outcomes. The Gallup study also found that conservative parents are more likely to value their own marriage. Quote, this leads to a better relationship with their children, in particular when they become teenagers. Unsurprisingly, children whose parents have a strong marriage are far less likely to experience mental health issues. End quote. We are at a moment in our history when everyone who observes adolescent behavior is worried. According to the American Association of Pediatrics, between 2020 and 2023, 18 times more teenagers died deaths of despair than died from COVID-19. Social psychologist Jonathan Haidt stated, quote, "We are now 11 years into the largest epidemic of adolescent mental illness ever recorded. 1 in 10 adolescents now say they have made an attempt to kill themselves." So people are worried. Apparently, conservative parents have less reason to be worried. Christians derive their worldview from Almighty God. He gives us instructions on how to live our lives in every venue, including the way we raise our children. Apparently, God's ways work best. Thank you for listening. May the Lord bless you richly.